Hey, so today was ruined, and I didn't even have to leave the hotel room. So, um, I was trying to go and get something, and then I called the cab, and they said it was going to be like an hour and a half wait. In Pensacola, lucky cab, I call it unlucky cab. That's why I hardly take them because, I mean, that's why one of the reasons why I pretty much couldn't succeed at a cab as a cab driver myself, because it seems like as if a lot of cab drivers are always sociopathic and rude as fuck unnecessarily for no reason. Um, so they told me that the wait would be an hour and a half for the cab, and I went to like I don't know if they forced urinated me, and I went to go potty, and then just in that moment, a little over about an hour and 10 minutes later, the cab, I didn't know that he called me, and then it's like he called three times back to back. It's not like he called and then waited or whatever. So he was very rude when I tried to I'm like just that quick. He had just called and I just missed, and so I tried to contact him back, and he was very rude and nasty, and was yelling at me and telling me, made it like he was all cold hearted and trying to tell me that he had was backed up with 40 more, like they had 40 more trips and stuff like that. And he made it like as if it was, oh well, that's your problem or whatever. And he's like, well, you're gonna have to call them back. And he was just very rude about it and really nasty. I mean, and I said, well, it's not my fault. I couldn't help it if I had to go use the bathroom. I mean, he could have, and it's like he just was on the run and just didn't care. But if I were to be that cab driver, I would have, and I haven't taken on another route, I mean, another call or anything, I would have apologized and I would go back and pick that person up. That's the type of person I am. But I mean, this motherfucker, he missed out on $41. But just like yesterday, the Uber driver, I felt like he was so rude, he didn't deserve my $35. So I don't know. It's like, how is it like Lucky Cab? They always say that they need more drivers, but then at the same time, even the dispatchers and some of the drivers are so rude. And like any city and state you go to, it's always abusive, rude cab drivers. And it's like just like rude waitresses at or waiters at restaurants, the ones who are rude and gang stalking and they perp you and stuff like that, and those are the main ones that have their hand out for a tip. But it's like, how if you're rude and yelling at people, how can you expect to have your hand out for a tip? How can you be expect to get money? I mean, get money for quote unquote good service if you're giving people poor service and being abusive and yelling at people. So I don't know. And then I just try to call. I mean, it's like I guess an hour later, so many. I don't even know if they have a driver shortage, but I know everybody got their checks and everything, but I don't know. I mean, I was waiting around all this time, and so happened when I went to use the bathroom, which is beyond my control. It's made to look like it's my fault that I or that I did something wrong, and he freaking was nasty and rude as hell and yelled at me.